So for this recipe, I am going to be making zucchini. And I have some tomatoes here. I have some celery, some peppers. I have tofu. Tofu is a huge piece of Daniel fast. I also have some garlic, some mushrooms. I do have some broccoli and tofu as well. So first thing first, you want to make sure that all your vegetables are washed. So I'm going to take these vegetables and I'm going to wash them and I'll be right back. Now that the vegetables are all washed, I'm going to start chopping the vegetables. So myself, I personally prefer to chop them and just like dice them. So you can chop them into whatever shape and sizes that you want. So let's go. This is one of my favorite parts. I have the zucchini here and I have the zucchini cutter. You definitely need this to be able to get the spaghetti spiral twist to it. So just watch me do this. Okay guys, so the vegetables are all chopped up and I have peppers here, I have some celery, peppers and tomatoes and onions, and I have my zucchini here. I do have, what's it called again? Mushrooms and some broccoli as well as tofu here. So I'm going to be adding this tofu as well, and I have some seasoning here. You'll see them as I'm using them. So let's get cooking all of this. Okay. I'm going to put a little olive oil. I'm going to saute the onions and then I will put the pepper once it's kind of brown in this. I was supposed to put the garlic just after the onions, but I forgot, so I'm just going to put it right there now. So because I like my mushrooms a little softer, I'm going to go ahead and put them inside the cooking vegetable. And if you like your vegetable hard, then you can just work with whatever you have. I like mine a little, well cooked. So for my seasoning, I'm going to use ginger. Because I want a little bit of some spice to it, I'm going to add some habanero, just a little bit, and I'm going to be adding some paprika as well as salt, rather. So if you have any other seasoning that you really do like, you're definitely welcome to use them to your taste. I do have some bouillon powder, just the vegetable one, so I'll just use some of that as well. But the habanero is just a little bit. And some salt. Adding the broccoli now, just to make sure that the seasoning gets into it. And all of this you can do to your own taste. If you are the type that likes your broccoli pretty hard, then you want to put it at as the last thing. But if you like it a little more steamy and maybe a little softer, then you can just gauge the time with which you add it to it. So to get the tofu done, what I do is I put the tofu in a paper towel like this, and you just put it in a flat plate, and you put this in the microwave for like 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the tofu is out, and I'm just going to take it out of the paper towel. So the purpose of the paper towel is to make sure that the steam gets into it. With the little water around the tofu, the paper towel helps the steam. So you're going to just scramble it this way with your fork. Scramble it. And I like to sprinkle a little bit of salt on mine and then continue to scramble it just to make sure, just to give it some taste. Because tofu by itself is not very tasty. And you might end up having some big piece in it. It's okay. So I'm going to pour this tofu in the sauce. And I also have another tofu here. This is smoked tofu. This is so good for your protein as an alternative as well. I'm just going to pour this in the sauce. And then I will pour the zucchini as well. So I'll be covering this a little bit just to give it some steam and my pot doesn't end up looking too full. So this is what it's looking like. I'm just going to pour my smoked tofu on top of it. This could be a lot of tofu for someone, but I like it. So yeah, just gonna let this simmer in and food is ready.